The one thing that everyone has in common nowadays, and especially if you're taking this class, is a computer. It could be the watch that you have on, it could be your phone, no matter what brand, it could be the laptop or desktop that you use. Now, the thing that's fascinating about these computers is actually how they were first created and thought of. The first ever computer was invented in 1822 by a mathematician and inventor by the name of Charles Babbage. Now, Charles Babbage invented something called the difference machine. Now, he invented this because it could do multiplication. Well, the problem is that his first machine could only do one at a time. So then in 1856, he actually invented another one called the analytic engine. Now, this analytic engine could actually do multiple equations at a time and actually use symbols. It wasn't until 1945 when two professors actually were able to make the most progress and actually escalate the computer game completely. Their names were John Malucci and Presper Eckert. These two men made what I call the ENIAC, or the Electrical Numerical Integrator and Calculator. It's a really hard name, but ENIAC's probably the easiest way to say it. Now, what this ENIAC was actually probably one of the most fascinating computers. It was a 1,800 square feet computer, and it weighed 50 tons with 18,000 vacuum tubes. That's just crazy. To put that in perspective, a adult whale weighs about 50 tons, and a single story small house is about 1,800 square feet. So this computer took about a one-story house and weighed the amount of a full adult grown male whale. I mean, that's nothing compared to your iPhone, something you carry in your pocket. It's not anywhere close to a laptop you have on your desk, right? This thing took a whole house and 18,000 vacuum tubes. That's just crazy. Now, from this, and it was actually considered the first digital computer. After this first digital computer was created, the most, I guess you could say, next noticeable improvement was actually made by Apple. Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, who co-founded Apple, created in 1976 the first ever single circuit computer. Now, this computer was also had ROM, which is similar to RAM in a computer. What that just basically means is that it reads your memory. ROM and RAM is basically the same thing, just RAM is the newer version of ROM, since ROM was created all the way in 1976. The single circuit computer weighed a lot less than 50 tons and 18,000 square feet. This actually led into their creation of the Apple Macintosh. Now, the Apple Macintosh is what a lot more people nowadays will remember, especially by the price point, because when it first came out, it usually cost around $2,500, which is a crazy amount. It was, I consider it like almost the first kind of looking laptop. It was if you thought of like the box TVs, it was basically a big box, and it had a keyboard and mouse attached to it. This was actually the biggest improvement in computers, and of course, since then, things have gotten much better, especially through Apple, its company itself. They went on to invent the iPhone, iTouch, Samsung, Android, all the same thing. The calculators we started to use in rockets have improved greatly. I mean, from starting off as a single mathematical machine and a machine that weighed about the same as an adult whale in a single story house, we've greatly come a great way, to phones that don't even weigh a fraction of a pound, to computers that are fast enough to do mathematical equations and you can say the word. Computers have come a long way in history, and they continue to keep surprising us every day.